Hi, welcome to our broadcast. Today we're talking about AI, the new Wild West. We're going to have all sorts of information. And I don't know if all of you know this, but Tesla now has a new subscription service for people that own their Teslas. I don't know how far back this is going to go, but they are talking about fully automated driving cars. And for $100 a month, Tesla is putting out the bargain rate of $100 a month. Your Tesla can drive itself. And before I forget about driving and people just that catch your eye and keep going, thank you to Virginia, who's managing the chat and doing a great job. Regina, I I owe the world to you. And by the way, not to be outdone by Tesla, I want to share a news story with you. Yes, folks, automated driving jets. Nobody has to outdo, not to be outdone by Tesla. The Air Force just conducted its first combat maneuver checking. They checked out first known dogfight between an AI and a human pilot carried out by the United States military. How crazy can you get? This is just amazing stuff. First, what they did was they took the jet and they took the AI jet and they made sure that it's flying straight and doing everything that it's supposed to do. Oh my God, it's upside down. But anyways, made sure that there's all sorts of safety parameters being met. And they made sure that it's going through the AI algorithm and relies on analyzing historical data to make decisions to present and the future. Now, it was doing a check, and what they did was they first flew the AI jet in a defensive posture, and then they wanted to make sure that it would keep at least a 2,000-foot separation between the two jets. Then they went and did head-to-head combat missions. And on Channel 8 News, I watched them give the story there. They didn't say they claim that the Air Force that did it, I think it was the Air Force, U.S. Air Force, that they didn't reveal who won, the AI or the human. Now, my guess on this whole thing is that because humans know what the programming behind AI is, there's a little bit of an unfair advantage, and it all depends on whether the human cheated or not. Back in the late 80s, there was this new combat. Actually, I think it might have been the F-35 when it came out against the F-14s. But there was one thing where the aircraft had an unfair advantage over the older aircrafts. So what the older aircraft did was they got some fuzz busters, which a lot of you might not be familiar with, but it's basically a radar detector. And they mounted it in the rear of the inferior plane so that they didn't tell anybody. The people that were running I guess you would call them the rabbits, because the hounds were after them. And so they're supposed to get gobbled up, and the war exercise is supposed to show a clear advantage of this new aircraft, and all of a sudden the aircraft wasn't getting the rabbit, and it's because they had mounted a fuzzbuster in the rear, which aircraft didn't have in those days. So anyways, that's a non-AI but a technology story. Now, continuing on with AI stories, we go on to our next news story about artificial intelligence platforms. And there's just all sorts of things about AI in the news. It's incredible. Google Cloud customers to disclose Gen AI strengths and weaknesses. Google's going to disclose that to their customers, identify data security expectations, just Google's updates to Vertex AI, Imagine to support Gen AI apps. I didn't even know what, and I still don't know what Vertex AI is. It could be, the next generation of the Gemini AI, for all I know. And then we have Auto GPT. There's all sorts of things about AI, and just it pays. And this is it is basically like the Wild West. And that's why I have the whole thing about this being like the Wild West. Cornerstone for nation's new learning, fundamental solution transforms learning and skilling at mid-sized organizations. Then we have, this is a newsletter that you can get put onto Workforce AI at Substack. I signed up for it. This was the Friday's bulletin. I'm not upgrading to pay on this one, but it does give you a lot of information about AI. It's not AI that is going to take away your job, folks. It is a person that has learned AI. That's what people need to get in their heads. They need to learn. Oh, Andrew, great to see you here. And glad you can make it. And with AI, here's the top news. Workday should face lawsuit allegation its AI screening tool is biased, EEOC argues. I read the news story. It's kind of interesting. I would take a different slant on that, and I'll show you the news story in just a half a second. AI businesses, there are all sorts of AI businesses coming up, and businesses that are already in existence using AI. It's kind of like that old story. You can't throw, you can't think of a business that isn't using AI these days. HR technology, human resource technology is what they're talking about there. Business technology, Oracle, probably for use in their databases. And I'm going to be showing also a couple of, actually quite a lot of AI platforms today. Some free, some not so free, and some at a bargain basement cost. Sites we like, I looked at a few of those sites. And moving on, and I should shut some of these down actually, because, all right, and speaking about platforms, here's one, and let's see if it's working or not, because it's supposed to show my questions if any of them came up in chat. And we'll see if it stays on the broadcast today, because it kept popping out in the beginning here. So here's Meta. Meta released two LLAMA 3 models. I don't know what an LLAMA 3 model is, but parameters of models, it's sort of, yeah, it's all Greek to me on that one. But I could learn on what it is. What artificial general intelligence. Oh, so now we put a general in between artificial intelligence means for the planet. Oh, this was an interesting page in the fact that artificial intelligence enterprise, notice upgrade to pay. Try not to pay for anything you don't have to in life. I thought that the subject lines alone were quite interesting. Do you need a ChatGPT detector? What this is basically exactly what it says. To detect if somebody used GPT in their authorship of text words. How long will it be before an AI actress or actor wins an Academy Award? Building a Gen AI vocabulary. This is something that we all should learn, is learn how to talk to AI. The problem is, what a lot of people don't also realize is every single AI talks differently. It's like going to a different country or even going throughout your country. There's different dialects, there's different ways that people talk. When you go down to Australia, you don't want to ask what team they're rooting for, because that's a bad word down there. Whereas here, it means cheering. Is AI an opportunity to incorporate technology with less debt? They don't know. And then I love the illustrations that they have for these. AI Rewind, Artificial Intelligence Express. Oh, by the way, I'm also going to share something that I'm going to do immediately after this broadcast. And I have a way to save you $25, just like I'm going to save $25 and only spend $5. Are AI robots close to taking over human jobs? Yes, some jobs they will take over. AI Rewind. And I know that's kind of contradictory to what I said before, but even though these AI robots might take over the cleaning job, there's going to be jobs created because somebody's got to service the robot, because they're not going to be servicing themselves. AI Rewind. Open AI continues to dominate headlines as it dominates AI. OpenAI are the creators of ChatGPT 3.5 and 4.0, and there were prior versions to 3.5, but 3.5 is the standard. And then the perils of language model hallucinations. I don't even know why they call it hallucinations myself, because it's flat out making mistakes. But we can't say that, because even with AI, we're politically correct. We don't want to offend its feelings. And if you're ever talking or dealing with AI, you don't want to offend its feelings either. Otherwise, it'll stop working. I'm not kidding, folks. AI does have a little bit of an attitude. All AI almost. This is the Workday should face lawsuit allegation, and its AI screening tool is biased, EEOC argues. Now, what their defense is that they are not an employer. Now, I would say that's pretty weak. I could have sworn years ago, I might be wrong. Well, I've been wrong in the past, present, and guess what, folks? I'll be wrong in the future too. But I thought the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was repelled in the fact that it was considered having been met, because there were a lot of quota systems involved in that, but I do not know. And obviously, because the U.S. Employment Opportunity Commission is still in effect, this act is probably still in effect. But I just seem to remember someone saying along the way that it was no longer. Now, here's some free AI programs, free online intelligence, artificial intelligence. You have atomic AI, and then there's quite a bit there. And if anybody's got any questions, feel free to ask them along the way, because, and then also there's the replay crew. Replay crew, we love you. And it rhymes. The best AI software in 2024, finances online. I guess maybe that's for finances, or who knows? We're going to find out in half a second. What is free? All right, so let's see. Azure Machine Learning Studio, Microsoft Azure, Apache. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff. TensorFlow, OpenCV. I would say that there's probably more than, there's probably a new AI coming out every hour right now these days. And then you have AI branching off of other AI. So let's read about Microsoft Azure, because that is probably something that's really going to happen. What is it? And it's verified quality, free trial, free afterwards, and then standard is $10 a month. So that's not too bad. Drag and drop function, notebooks, modules, experiments, lots of things that you can do for free with AI. And then we still have YouTube right here. That's us. YouTube uses AI too. They just call it the YouTube algorithm, which is AI. Here's my latest acquisition. It is Minbo, but I was going to go right over here. And there was a story that I missed. I thought I had it there. All right, there's Minbo. I mean, Wired. And let me share one other thing here. When you look and you want to organize things on your computer, one easy way to do that is with folders, files, and bookmarks. And a way to do that is, we're in Lives. This is the new Wild West right here. These are my bookmarks for here. And I coulda, woulda, shoulda, but I don't. There's the lawsuit. There's this artificial enterprise. Friday's bulletin. Maybe that's, no, that's not it. No, I lost it. We'll continue on from here. It was a lawsuit in Britain that I thought was kind of interesting, and I'll see if I can find it. There's one way. We're using another AI right here called Google Search. And we're just going to go AI news, deep fake. All right, let's see if it comes up with that, because I know the title of it. Deep fake news updates, Britain. I spell it wrong, but There. State-backed deep fakes, UK. Oh, here we. No, that's not what I wanted. Wired. There it is. I found it. I thought this was funny as anything. And they have deep fake porn website is now blocked in the UK. And can you believe that? They're actually doing that with, debauchery, I guess you could call it. I wanted to show you more of that particular story, but obviously I can't, but I could show you about it. Now, here's some real deep fake romance scams have arrived. About the TikTok ban, did you know that the ban on TikTok has already passed the House? So now it's got to go to the Senate next. Oh, the House says, excuse me, they both passed it. As soon as Biden puts his little pen on it, guess who's going to have their next grab at TikTok? YouTube. It'll be interesting. And this one I didn't know. Here is what I'm going to do as soon as I turn off the broadcast today. And after showing you guys these stories here, these aren't AI related. So here's AI. That's kind of AI because they use AI too. But for a limited time offer, and I don't get a slim dime out of this from you guys. So if you want, and you want to learn a lot about tech, I have a lot of respect for Wired magazine. That's I like Wired. I like PC News. I like the Davis. But this is one that I'm going to pay for a year at least. I mean, for $5, you can't beat that. And I'm sure that probably after $1, it's probably going to go back up to $30. And I'll even pay $30 next year. But they have all sorts of information on security. Oh, speaking of which, here's our AI controlled fighter jets are dogfighting with human pilots. So they have news about that. They have news about President Trump. I mean, granted, this is a little bit off the AI track here as far as today's presentation, but Wired magazine is a good source of information to keep you up to date on tech. Now, Minvo, this is a program which continues to impress me. And let's see if it's still available on AppSumo. I didn't do that yet. Because if it is, it's $160 if you're thinking about getting it. All right, Minvo. It is still available. Well, I take it back, $170, but you might get a discount on that. And the reason why I'm saying $170 is because you have to be a select member of AppSumo to get this program. I love it. And I'll show you why I love it. Here's what I did right before the broadcast today. And it took me about 15, 20 minutes. I did, well, first off, I've done, this one. I went through this video and I finished doing the renders of all of my shorts, which are 10 of them, which will be a full day of shorts for another channel that I do. That took me about 25 minutes. Now I'm going to check something else because Minvo has been doing something that is really amazing, is that they are eliminating the amount of work that I have to do to get my job done or get my YouTubes done. Yep. They downloaded automatically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the 10 videos are already downloaded. So all I have to do is go and check them. Eventually, they'll have it so that all 10 are downloaded. This is still in the experimental stage. When you actually click download in the past, which is there, all it did was start rendering out a short. And when it first started, when I first bought this, I think less than a month ago, this wasn't even a title showing here. It would be all numbers. So they've just been making advancements over advancements. So there's Minvo if anybody's got any questions, and leave them in the comments down below. Thank you so much to everyone who's watching. Thank you to the replay crew, and thank you to Virginia, who is watching the chat and taking care of me like she always does. And I appreciate that. Now, this is an incredible thing. And this is my voice notes program. And it's still available. I don't know if it's still available for $50 for lifetime use, because that was to the first 1,000 customers. And right now, first 1,000 to go for it. And I'm telling you, if you click on this and you get the chance, and it gives you the $50 offer, and you're even halfway thinking about using AI in the future or organizing your life, this is a tool to have. Now, right now they're at 3,782 subscribers, but it doesn't necessarily mean that $50 promotion offer is gone. I think I pinned that one pretty well. Now let's see, give you an example. All right, here we are. I'm recording now. If I hit this again, it'll cancel out the recording. And the amazing thing is that this is one of the few programs that Melon and it get along, because right now they're both sharing the mic, and hopefully I'm still broadcasting, because I totally don't know how well this will work. Now what it does is it will put Melon and I share the mic, a broadcasting experiment. How do you like that? And it gives an accurate, fast transcription of what I just recorded. Now, let's say we want to do a list of things. All right, some things that I want to buy from the store. Let's make a list. I want to get oranges. I want to get bananas. I want to get a head of lettuce. I want to get 5 pounds of tomatoes, a 10-pound bag of potatoes, loaf of bread, and 1 whole chicken. Now, this is not really totally fair, because, we're just making this thing go and do it. Now, here's where it says create, and here's some things that I can create. I can create a summary. I can create a do list. I can create an email. I can list main points. I can make a tweet. I can make a blog post. And I'm going to share something with you that's really kind of cool. In addition to all that, I'll show you in a bit. I can make custom instructions. And I have a custom instruction that is so amazing. Probably put you to sleep, but we'll see. All right, so here, to-do list, because that's what we're making, a to-do list, where we could make it into a bulleted list, but we're going to do a to-do list, grocery list. Boom, buy oranges, buy bananas, buy a head of lettuce. Look at that. And then you can just copy that, and let's open this one up, because this is for later anyways. Track releases. This is how I keep track of all my Lumosity long forms. But AI prompts, there's my little thing for prompts. And there it is. All of the things that I want. Now, this is my special sauce one. We'll go back to bringing that in if I can find it. Okay. Voice notes. No, that's not it. There it is. And how do I get bigger? I hate it when I can't see. And I can't. Okay, let's. Oh, I know what it is. I've run off the screen. There I am. All right. We can take the same thing, and I know it doesn't seem as interesting, but here we go. Create. We go custom instructions, and this right here makes it so that it's a what they call a CSV file, a comma separated value, and all of these are separated by a comma. There's a comma there, comma there, comma there, comma there, comma there. That's what's needed when you are building a database, or if you're working with AI, like I do for my notes, which we'll show you really quickly here. Actually, we're well, maybe we can. Let's see. Where's this show up? All right. Just a second here. Sign on. Every day, and we're waiting while they load data. So let's go back over here while they're loading data. There's bananas. Link. I didn't put a link, did I? Okay, link for voice notes. Sorry about that. Oh, and you put a link for my channel. Thank you so much, Virginia. There's a link for voice notes right there. That's $50. And that is an amazing steal of a deal if it's still available. If not, they have a subscription available that's fairly reasonably priced too. And I didn't put in a link for Wired magazine either, which is also available at a steal of a deal, which is $5 for this year. Now, the one for voice notes, $50 is for lifetime. I love lifetime. All right. Have we covered the rest of it? Let's see. I want to show another one about listing. Here's listing main points. And what we can do is we can go use the same grocery list. We can go to exploring voice notes, a few of them. And let's see, okay, there's a couple. And that will create one large list out of all those voice notes, which is kind of nice. Another thing that can be done with Ask AI something. Show all, I can't spell, all notes dealing with AI. And it'll go through all of your notes, and I guess there are several notes where you mentioned AI. These include preparing presentation. See, and then it took it and summarized them all. Okay. Show all notes, list all notes for dealing with groceries. We're really testing it because I don't know if I said groceries when I was doing the grocery list. Oh, here we go. Buying from the store. Oranges. See? Not bad. This is an amazing, and it's a tool that you can also run on your phone. It makes the only thing that I found that it didn't do is when you do a tag with multiple notes, these are individual notes. If you were to construct, let's go down here, it's more explanatory. In this single note, I had a to-do list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you make a to-do list out of multiple notes, all you get is 1 on each one of the notes. However, that list, once you're off of voice notes, is not saved anywhere completely. And I have already reached out to the founder of voice notes and let him know, because he's very responsive, and who knows, he might decide to make that change and might not. It's not a real critical thing. I always find the little nuances to programs. And there you have it. The wild, wild west. AI. You need to lean in and embrace AI. Don't run from it. It is not going to bite you. It's not going to take over your job unless you hide under a rock, because the AI will not be the one taking over your job. It'll be someone who listens and learns AI. The wild, wild west. Thank you to Virginia. Thank you to Andrew from Andrew's Simple Cooking for dropping in. Thank you to everybody else. Thank you to the replay crew. And thank you to the divine for making it all possible. Bye-bye.